Last night, Father Michael and I brought 4 young men from our parish to a Thinking of Priesthood event in Ames, among 4 of our finest. And one of the things I love about working with young people and ministering with young people is when they're trying to figure out their vocations, because it makes them ask a lot of big questions like, why am I here? How am I called to love? What does God want for me? And it struck me as we were at this dinner that's followed by a panel in which those participants can ask questions of any of the priests that are there, that our vocations aren't over. Once we've decided a vocation, it's not like, well, I've got marriage figured out, or I've got priesthood figured out, or I've got the single life figured out. But our vocations are ongoing. And in our first reading today from Paul's letter to the Ephesians, he gives us this great gem, whatever our vocation is. So I want to read it to you today. He says, I urge you to live in a manner worthy of the call you have received, with all humility and gentleness, with patience, bearing with one another through love, striving to preserve the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace. One body and spirit, as you are also called to the one hope of your call. One Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father of all, who is over all and through all and in all. That's one sentence, and that's our whole first reading today. But live in a manner worthy of the call you have received. It's a great reminder that whatever our vocations, we're not over and done with them. But there are 3 things that I think we can take away from this reading in regards to each of our respective vocations. And each of them start with the letter G, so it's easy to remember. The first is gift. Paul says, live in a manner of the call you have received. That all vocations come from God. All vocations and the diversity and the beauty of each of the vocations is a gift that God has given us and given to the church to show these different ways of loving, those different ways in which we can conform our will to Christ. So the first thing is to recognize that wherever we are in life, that this vocation is a gift. Now, maybe you're experiencing a single life, or maybe you've lost a loved one, but that doesn't mean that that gift, that vocation, has stopped. You can still ponder what this gift means. And the second thing he reminds us is to receive this gift with gratitude. No matter where we are, no matter how humdrum our vocation may be seeming, that God continues to bless us in our vocations. So recognizing that gift that our vocations are to us and giving thanks each and every day for that vocation, as easy or as hard as it may be. The third thing which we are called to remember is that we are called to grow in our vocations. That it's not like we've arrived or we're over or done. But the beauty thing about our faith is that God always calls us deeper. That what the church challenges us to is almost always seemingly beyond our ability. It always challenges us to reach farther and deeper into ourselves and into loving others. It's something that we continue to grow in, whether we're 12 or 15 or 30 or 87. Each of us in our vocations are called to recognize our vocations as gift, to grow in gratitude, and to grow in those vocations today. So which of these 3 is God most inviting you to today? Which of these aspects of your vocation is God wanting to call out of you today? Is it recognizing that giftedness of your vocation, calling you to deeper gratitude, or inviting you to deeper growth? So we pray today that God may help us by our vocations, as St. Paul says, to remember the goal, that each of us may conform our lives more and more to Christ and may witness by our own vocations the call that Jesus has given us to love.